Hello and welcome. My name is David Nasbish, better known as DJ. I'm going to take a few moments and go through the activities that I did for educational leadership. So starting off with our elementary, Category 1, Vision and Goals. I worked on a presentation for our parents to help let them understand their rights when it comes to schools and their students. It's very important that the parents understand their rights and that the school understands their rights so that everybody is on the same page. In Category 2, Teaching and Learning Activities, as a part of a collective team of teachers representing different areas of the school, we interviewed some prospective teachers for a third grade opening. We did this last summer as we found out our numbers were growing and we were going to need to add a classroom. It's always very interesting to interview candidates shortly before the school year begins. You never know what you're going to get. For interviews, there could be people that are looking to move or people that just have not been able to get hired. We lucked out and had a few different candidates that were very good, and I believe the one we chose was an excellent choice. Category 3, Managing Organizational Systems and Safety Activities. I sat in and often led some of the safety committee meetings. Safety is a big belief of mine. That's not the word I'm looking for, but I really believe in the safety of the students, because if we are not safe, if the school is not safe, then learning cannot continue on. We need that core value to be able to learn. Category 4, Collaborating with Key Stakeholder Activities. In the past, our school has not had a presence on Facebook. So there was limited information going out unless it went in an email or went in a paper going home in the kid's backpack. But we needed a different outlet. We needed to get to where the parents were. And I was given the task of creating and then publishing activities out there. And it kind of gave the community a window inside of our building to see some of the wonderful things that are going on. Category 5, Ethics and Integrity. This was part of a case study dealing with problems, ethical problems, and problems that are left unattended that end up persisting, getting worse. We need to make sure that we are on top of all issues so that they aren't passed on or become bigger problems. Category 6, Education Systems. Again, because of my past and siblings, I really believe in the special education process. So creating a document here that allowed people to see the process and also for administration to have something to refer to as they're going through the process to be able to make sure that steps are not missed or skipped over. Moving on to secondary activities. Here we have our category 1, our vision and goals. Here, moving into the remote learning due to the COVID-19, we needed a way to make sure that what we were doing was appropriate and manageable. So we can put together a survey for the parents after a couple of weeks to see how things were going, see how we could improve. I ended up making a couple of different presentations, one for the teachers, so they can understand, what things were going good, what things were a little bit tougher, were we meeting our hour requirements. And then I also put together one of the presentation for the parents that kind of was more of a question and answer thing. If they saw that maybe their child was working too long on things or not long enough, or if they had suggestions for ways that we could help facilitate the learning inside of the home. Category 2, teaching and learning activities. I took on the task of creating a tutoring program for students here at our building, which is second and third grade. Along with that task, I needed tutors, and we asked the middle school kids to apply, fill out an application, and then be accepted into the program to be a tutor for one of the second and third graders. And then matching them up according to, their personalities, the kids' personalities, and overseeing that. They also spent time volunteering in the classrooms, and I would manage that aspect of their time here in the building. Category 3, managing organizational systems and safety activities. This is a schedule that I prepared for the middle school. They had a presenter coming in, and they needed a couple of options for ways that they could still meet all of their classes, but allow for a presentation time. Obviously, with different lunch periods and moving around to classes, that's not always the easiest to make sure that we get all of our classes in and have the assembly. But that is what is there. Category 4, collaborating with key stakeholders. Again, this was a case study analyzing different parts, with a first year teacher. Things have happened and there's obstacles. And this walks us through pushing through these obstacles and making sure that we provide the students with the best overall experience that we can. Category 5, ethics and integrity activities. This was a case study involving missing funds. There are a lot of situations where money is moved around and there's not always a good paper trail. We need to make sure that we focus on following proper procedures and making sure that nobody is put in a position where they could end up being accused of, or in a position where they feel it's okay to go ahead and take money. Excuse me. We had a situation like this in a neighboring district where a booster parent for the music department has been accused, and rightfully so, because they were convicted of stealing funds from the music department. Category 6, education systems. This is a chart that I prepared for the students and for staff on how to be a good digital citizen. I did it in a manner that tied in with our school pledge. Our district has the same school pledge for each of our buildings, but I tied the what it means to be a good digital citizen and what it means to be a good citizen. So it really kind of brings everything together into one area. And finally, my district activities. Here in Category 1, Vision and Goals, I was a member of the school wellness team made up of teachers and administrators across the district. I had a leadership role in my group, which focused on movement, both for teachers and for students, and to provide more opportunities throughout our days. I also developed a website that brought everything together, not just our group, but all the groups together into our wellness program. Sorry, I haven't done this much talking in a while due to the virus. I've been home and on the computer, so my voice is taking a little hit. Category 2, teaching and learning activities. I have been working with different district specialist teachers in the area of music, PE, art, to help facilitate the remote learning that has happened due to the COVID-19. The specials are sometimes the forgotten group, and so I took the leadership role upon myself to help guide them and bridge that gap between the classrooms and the specials, and between administration and the specials. Category 3, managing organizational systems and safety activities. Here I have met with our district leaders. We have 2 school buildings that are right next to each other, and they share a playground that was built approximately 30 years ago, wood structure, and it is in various degrees of deterioration. And we have been slowly raising money and finding grants, and sorry. So I am leading that charge to bring all the groups together that have raised money, finding vendors to purchase equipment through and installation, and then managing the space that we have allowed and different ways that that can be done to be beneficial for the students. Category 4, collaborating with key stakeholders. Jamie Cox Memorial Run is an event that is 3 years in the making. Sorry, this is the 3rd run. Jamie Cox was a student that went through the district, became a police officer, and unfortunately was killed in the line of duty. And his family has taken up a foundation to help support similar families in situations like that. I was the district liaison for the run this year as they moved it to our area, and so we were allowing them to use facilities and promoting the activity. So I had that leadership role. Category 5, ethics and integrity. Again, there are a lot of laws and regulations in education that a lot of people just don't know. So we needed a way to present the information out to the public and to our staff to let them know the different aspects of free and appropriate public education and consequences if some of the things are just not followed. And then finally, this was a presentation I made and then presented to administration here in the district. Oftentimes we forget what we know. There are many resources out there, and a lot of things are thrown at us, and we just seem to forget some of them. And so we need to be reminded from time to time what is out there to help us and to make us successful. And closing up. Okay, I thank you for taking time to listen to my presentation, follow along through the different slides, and I hope it provided a little insight into the activities that I performed. Thank you very much.